Yeah, my son, we're trying to get his camper over here, so hopefully one of the people will come through. I don't know if they will or not, you know. But my little truck probably blow my transmission. I tried to pull it. And you never know. The lottery plays tonight. The lottery plays tonight, but I won't be up to see the winner. So I'll probably check tomorrow sometime or Sunday before the next drawing. But it's up to 1.1. I don't know how much that is, if that's 100,000 or 1 million or 100 million, but it's $1.1 billion. So it went up 850 million to, so just say it went up about $300 million in a couple days. I bought $8 worth. So a bunch of crazy people like me say, hey, we're going to win the lottery. Never win. But I got 2 tickets on this one. And I got an idea what I'd do if I won the lottery. That's crazy. But, I told my mom and she thought, I don't know. It's like you give somebody something, just your personal opinion. What do y'all think? Okay, say if I won that lottery, okay, I'm getting old, so I don't really have the energy to do all this young stuff. But I would like to set my family up, and I'd had to talk to a bunch of legal people and probably spend 2 years talking and researching and finding out what to do. But I would like to invest, I'd invest all of it, whatever is the appropriate thing to do with taxes. And then I'd just start living on whatever it makes and not touch that and put that in some kind of trust if I can legally. And then when I'm gone, it would be enough money to last generational wealth, and you put the restrictions on it so nobody can spend it. But they would have more money than me working 60 hours a week or, half my family working. You'd still get that coming in, and they'd still have enough to do. Even if they squandered all that away, it'd still be there. So I said, what I was saying, I said, okay, yeah, I can help some of the family out. I'd put like $1 million in a trust for certain ones, and then while they're living, the interest they'd earn, say they'd earn like $100,000 a year, and they'd have to probably pay taxes on that, or say if it was more. But after their death, that money would come back to my close family, like my grandsons and my son and daughter, and they'd come back to our wealth, and they could take that $100,000 a year and start their own wealth. But my mom's like, well, why don't you just give them $1 million and just set it all up for them? Most people, when they get that kind of money, they blow it within 5-6 years. So, why, if you're going to help them, why can't you help them the way you want to help them? Why you just got to give them all the money? Just give them something that they'll get $100,000 a year to their death, and then the assets that were producing that would go back to my generational wealth. They could invest and still have enough. Now, do you think that's fair? That I would do that and still have it? I'll be long gone, and we might not even be here. Who knows? With everything going on, population, all the stuff going, asteroid. Who knows what happened in the future? You can't count, but you don't want to go crazy and do something that puts your life in a strange situation, going to like a place that might not accept you or something, because the world's a dangerous place. So you don't want to be too obvious. But maybe you could eat healthy. You could even get like somebody to cook your food for you that was healthier, not fat food all the time, but it tastes good. And go to the doctor and make sure your body's still registering good. You know, you could be active and just do stuff. Make all kind of YouTube videos for everybody in the world to watch, and just act like you're poor, even if you have money. You know, and you could do stuff. You'd have all kind of time to just get in all kind of stuff, but you stay away from trouble. You just, you know, kind of like a secret passenger in the world, just kind of getting around, and nobody even know who you are. You know, unless you got really famous or had good content that some people don't think is boring. So, you know, some people probably wouldn't even know who you are for a long time. You'd be like 90 years old. This billionaire has been making YouTube for 30 years and nobody knew who he was. You know, something like that. But just, you know, just an idea what you think about that. Yeah, I never win, but, you know, if you won the money and you give money to people on your terms, and then you would take the goal, the asset capital that was producing it, or would you just funnel so much and just give them that much like allowance till they die, and then you wouldn't have to set up the capital? But you know, you gotta be smart. You know, you gotta be tax savvy, because you don't want the taxes to get everything. So, you know, would you have to set up one trust that cover everything, or would you have to set up separate trust? You know, it's a lot to learn, because all these little stipulations and all that. And you don't want to make a bunch of trust fund babies. Oh man, you know, that's not enough. We need a couple more million. You know, the bills are so high, and you're like, really? Y'all were working and couldn't pay your bills, and now y'all quit, don't do nothing, got on drugs, and yeah, so you don't want to create that kind of situation either. You know, because it's sad to say most people will live for today and forget about tomorrow. If everybody in the world got the same amount of money, enough money to live for like 100 years, still 2% would end up having all the money, and the other 98% would be working for the rest of their lives. You know, people going to do what they're going to do. They had the experiment with, I think it was these children. It's one of these classes I had to take in college or read about somewhere, probably a college class. And, you know, the child would be in there, or maybe even a teenager, and they would say they'd have this, you know, nice dessert, whatever the kids liked. And they'd have a candy bar or a piece of chocolate. And they say, well, you can have one right now, and that's all you get. But if you're willing to wait an hour and not touch it, then you can get 2, or you can get like 10. If you're willing to wait and not satisfy that gratification right then. Well, you know, only a very few could do that. Most of them wanted that piece of candy, and they wanted to eat for the day and live for the day. And then the one that waited got all the candy, the 10 pieces. But, you know, they had to sacrifice up front, and they got rewarded on the end. Only about 3% are going to do that. The other 97 are going, woo, till it's over, you know. But just give me your opinion, what you think. Be nice. You know, some people probably wouldn't give nobody nothing, but, you know, you don't want them to come after you. My wife said, go buy a private island somewhere and be like, now this is what I'm thinking, I think it's Queen of the South. You know, she faked her death, and she was over all this, like gangster money, Queen of the South, and she come up from and worked her way up and become like the head honcho, and she got out of it. She expanded her empire, and she ended up buying an island, had all this money and all her friends and a boyfriend, and they went on the island and just retired and stayed on the island for the rest of their lives with, you know, no worries. After they went through all kind of, it was a good TV show. But yeah, tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, It's a long video. This part, I'm just going to make 2 videos. Talk to you later.